Hello, and welcome to Quick Charge by Electrac. I'm Mikey G, and it's Saturday, October 8th. Tesla appears to have accidentally leaked all of the upcoming supercharger locations around the world. It was clearly a bug, as Tesla quickly rectified the situation by removing the specific addresses, and instead only including the town or city where a new station is planned. Some internet sleuths downloaded the addresses and are creating a map, so far listing the Canadian locations first, while updates are ongoing. The supercharger network is already the largest EV fast charging network in the world, and this list of newly planned stations shows that the automaker isn't slowing down. Tesla's network is one of the company's greatest assets, as other networks have come under criticism for having inoperable stations. This could be a reflection of the positive customer base that Tesla has enjoyed, but we will find out soon if the general EV public agrees, as Tesla is opening their expanding network to other cars, and that is expected sometime around the new year. Elon Musk has announced that Tesla is starting the Tesla Semi production and that Pepsi is going to get the first electric truck starting December 1st. The Semi, which is an all-electric Class A truck, has been delayed for some time, but it's finally going to be in customers' hands very soon. Elon Musk confirmed on Twitter that Pepsi would be receiving the first of their order of 100 units. The company planned to use 15 of them to make their Frito-Lay Modesto, California site a zero-emission facility. Last year, Pepsi said that they expected to take delivery of 15 trucks by the end of the year, but unfortunately that didn't happen, as the start of deliveries have been delayed until now. In the meantime, Tesla did install a megacharger station at the Modesto facility, which led many to believe that it would be the first to take delivery of the electric truck. With excellent efficiency, this Tesla Semi could take a hefty portion of the trucking industry's electric vehicle sales. General Motors will be developing electric vehicle components for the U.S. military's consideration. General Motors Defense, which is a business unit of General Motors focusing on advanced defense mobility needs, was selected by the Defense Innovation Unit to develop a battery pack that could be used for functional electric military vehicles. This division of the Department of Defense announced that it had chosen GM's Ultium platform to test and analyze for tactical EVs. GM believes that the Ultium platform can, quote, deliver power, range, and scale beyond and previous GM hybrid or extended range EV. There might be something up with that quote. Anyways, the EV platform is scalable with battery options ranging from 50 kilowatt hours to over 200 and a space for up to 24 modules. Surprisingly, the main goal, which is stated from the government entity, isn't to quietly approach an objective or drive faster to and from a battlefield. Former U.S. Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel called climate change, quote, a threat multiplier, as it can exacerbate other issues such as infectious diseases that can impact operations. With the military operating enormous amounts of vehicle, they plan to transition as many as feasible to electric operation. Just 1 week after ringing the bell at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as Europe's largest IPO by market capitalization, Porsche has their shares rise on Thursday to give them a market valuation of 84 billion euros. That actually overtook the former parent company of Volkswagen Group. Up until its recent public listing, Porsche had existed as part of the Volkswagen Group, which saw an executive shakeup this just past July. The stated purpose for listing Porsche was for Volkswagen Group to cash in and invest heavily in electrification. Volkswagen Group has already chosen their course for electric some time ago, but the breadth and scale of battery production and supply contracts have been announced, and they need a lot of money to pay for those looming deals. Volkswagen Group certainly got that, as the Porsche marquee gave them a big financial boost despite the overall downturn of the market. We expect to hear more exciting EV news from the Auto Group, still crossing our fingers for increased USA production. Mercedes-Benz says that electric vehicles will dominate cars on the road, particularly luxury EVs. The automaker's CEO says that he sees the switch to luxury EVs happening step by step within this decade. Mercedes plans to become an all-electric brand within this decade, launching an EV alternative for every model they have by the year 2025. Furthermore, all new electric vehicle architectures will be built for electric-only models from 2025 and onward. In an interview with CNBC's Jim Cramer, Mercedes-Benz CEO Ola Källenius went on to say, quote, as long as you give the customer a superior product to what they have had before, they're open-minded for a switch. The experience for the customer in terms of torque, the performance, everything is fantastic. About 1 month before it releases their full financial report for the third quarter, Polestar has shared some of their global volumes to date, including deliveries. Polestar had delivered approximately 9,215 vehicles, totaling 30,400 deliveries for the year, at least up until now. Despite production disruptions that have plagued Polestar's momentum in China, the automaker says that it is witnessing some solace and expects to take full advantage in the fourth quarter. The expanded shutdowns and market disruptions in China have affected their plans. Based on the third quarter deliveries, Polestar will need to more than double their output by the end of the year to reach their stated goal of 50,000 units. We wish them the best of luck. Electrek's Jamie Dow writes about his experiencing embarking on a spontaneous road trip with an electric car. He said, quote, "Recently I drove a Tesla Model 3 on an electric road trip from Southern California to Portland and back. The total distance was around 2,200 miles, with the bulk of the driving happening over the course of 5 days, 3 up and 2 down. And I only waited for a charger for about 25 minutes total over the whole trip." He went on to say, quote, "I will reiterate again that we did not plan the route ahead. We didn't plug our trip into ABRP or other route planners. We didn't stick to a specific speed so we could make our charging plan. We changed routes frequently by whim. We charged when or where we felt like doing so, or where there was a restaurant we were interested in. None of this was an issue. It was just a regular road trip, but less polluting, more pleasant, and cheaper." Okay, it is opinion time. I really don't have too much to say about today's stories, so I'm going to ask if you have questions for me in the next episode coming on Monday. The channel is still small enough that I can promise that I will answer all of your questions. Someday it won't be possible, but at least right now it is. So go ahead, ask me anything, and you'll get a response on Monday. If there were enough questions, then it might warrant a totally different video, but we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for your comments. I look forward to it. In today's community comment found on YouTube, a channel called RB says, "Absolutely right. Toyota's EV window is closing if not already closed. With its many hybrids, it could have led the way in battery electric vehicles had it transitioned in time. Instead, they, and all the other Japanese brands, missed the boat. This will turn out to be terrible for their auto workers and economy in general. We are fortunate Tesla is a U.S. company, or we'd have suffered the same fate." Yeah, I think that's too bad about Japan. I still hold out hope that they could turn it around, but after reporting day after day of other automakers scrambling to secure the future, my hope is starting to wear down. As far as Toyota, other smaller companies are still jumping into the game, so they have a bright future ahead of them, and that kind of causes some comparison in my mind. Rivian, Lightyear, REE Automotive, even Canoo. If there's room for them, then I would hope that Toyota has some kind of middle ground space that they could claim. Now, I think about it, it seems plausible that Toyota could become smaller but still a household name, maybe one of the car companies like Suzuki, Mini, or something like that. Of course, I know that Toyota has other Japanese ventures as a conglomerate, kind of like Mitsubishi with their heavy trucking and so on and so forth. But as far as a car company is concerned, it's crazy to think. Still crazy. After all this time. Thanks for watching Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm Mikey G, and I hope you have a great day.